Your ability to grow and succeed in those areas of your life that are most important to you is directly connected to your belief system, as well as a variety of other factors you may not have considered. I got thinking about the process as I was recently removing some exercise equipment from my basement, and I go into more detail on the story and the steps in this week's minisode. Enjoy. Hi, welcome to the Connect with Sheila podcast. I'm an entrepreneur, self-care strategist, and creator of the Seasons self-care app. I'm committed to helping you reconnect to your purpose, elevate your well-being, and build your version of a happy, successful life. You're listening to a Monday minisode where I share insights designed to help you live into what lights you up this week. And this week, we're talking about our belief system, also known as our BS, which sometimes we carry around with us, and it's not fun. Some of our belief systems can really support us. And so many of them we carry from the past that actually don't. And so as we're moving through areas of our life to make an impact, to grow, to change, to shift, we start making decisions based on who we used to be or what we used to think about the world. But let's be honest, we're always growing and changing. Everything we do as we move forward is a little bit of a different flavor, right? And you may see where you're at in your life now. And if you look back a year, 2 years, 5 years, a decade, or even back to childhood, you'll see you've learned some things. And as a result, it impacts what you believe about the world. And so, what I find very interesting is to excavate why we believe the things we believe and ask ourselves the questions: is this really what we want for our future? And how can I believe differently? Is there a way? And I believe there always is. If there is a desire in your heart for making a change, I believe solutions are there. And the beautiful thing is we get to look to our environment, people who we look up to, and get tips that way. And something that is so interesting, I always find I'm getting lessons as I'm moving through my life, whether it is just, through reading books, listening to podcasts, and learning from other leaders in various fields. And a lot of the time, I get these divine downloads that come to me when I am doing other things. And I'm not intending to be learning something specific. These lessons are everywhere for us to learn. And one such lesson came to me when I was removing my elliptical cross trainer from my basement recently, because it had been sitting there dormant for a year after being previously enjoyed for many years. Living in the Northern Hemisphere, in the wintertime, it gets really, really cold. And so it's also very icy on the streets. And I don't like to be out there power walking, knowing I could go flying at any minute. So the elliptical cross trainer saw me through many years of cold winters and being able to stay in shape, have my cardio met. I love my weights. I love my HIIT training. Sometimes I would incorporate the elliptical into my HIIT training. And what I found was it just wasn't getting used. And I love my walks. I love to walk in the morning. I love to walk in the evening, sometimes midday, wherever I get a chance to. And now it's not so much about walking so fast to break a sweat. It really is walking to be in nature, to just move, sometimes to walk very slowly. It all depends on how I feel, because everything I do is based on the season of life that I'm in and the season of my cycle, the season of, nature. And as a result, we don't have to be rushing all the time. And that's one thing that I've really transitioned to in my walks. And so a couple of things that came to me, I actually took just a couple of little notes that really impacted this process of, should I sell this elliptical, and the process of doing it. And actually I ended up just giving it away because, I've had it for a while. And I realized there were just three things that I did in order to shift this particular process that is totally connected to shifting your belief and your mindset about something. And the first one was to reflect. So in this case, I reflected on the elliptical, the benefits it gave me all those years. Is it something that I see myself using anymore? And I decided it really wasn't. I decided I was moving into a new area. And so the belief I was excavating here was, can I actually be healthy without having this elliptical? Will I stay active? And the answer was yes. There was a time when maybe that wouldn't have been the case. I needed that there to really keep me moving. And so in your life, with the things that you're facing, take some time to reflect on the things you believe are possible or not possible. And think about, what are the elements there? And then very important is the second step is to feel into it. And that's why I'd say it's so much more. You can't just change your mindset when your body has a story to tell. And so that second step is to feel it. And I mentioned that there's so much more than your belief system. There's other factors involved. There's your history. There's various little small and big traumas you may have experienced in your life that impact your decision making and your beliefs about the world. So feeling that out is so important. And this is a minisode, so I won't go into great detail, but I really want you to think about and consider how can you feel out those things that you're experiencing that you're hoping to shift. Where are those feelings coming from? It involves some introspection. It involves really like breath work and feeling how do certain ideas and beliefs feel in your body. And the next step is to step forward. Make the choice of whatever it is that you need to do to move forward. And in this case, as you're really just becoming aware of what is this belief system, and I'm feeling like there's a story here I need to explore to really make changes, step into a micro step of continuing the inquiry. It could be a giant leap of like a big aha moment that moves you forward about, oh, I had this belief all these years. It's not even true. I figured it out. My body told me, I learned, and now here's what I want to do. And you're able to leap. But it can be a leap. It can be a step. It can be a micro step. It can just be a moment of understanding that this is an open door to something new for you to explore. So as you go about your week, think about these things. What do you believe? And are you happy with all the things you believe? There are steps to take for you to either own them or to shift them. It's up to you. And it takes some time sometimes, but sometimes it can happen faster than you think. I'd love to connect with you on this. If you ever want to connect with me, you can reach out into my DMs or email me hello@sheilabatello.com. And of course, download the Season Self-Care app. You'll see it in the show notes. It tells you all about cyclical planning and seasonal living and how to really live in a way that honors your soul, that feels good, that helps you go for your purpose and not burn out while making an impact. So thanks for listening. Please like, review, share this podcast. If it made an impact for you, share it with a friend. And as we are moving through this new season, stay tuned for some things I have coming, including a very transformational Instagram Live summer conversation that I had that I'm going to be adding on to the podcast in a couple of days. So watch for it on Wednesday. I look forward to being there to serve you in this way in future episodes and in the seasons. Thanks for listening and have a beautiful rest of your day. Big blessings.